Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the Armored Core Marathon. I attempted to start Armored Core 5. I just, after I went on break for Armored Core 4 answer, I attempted to start Armored Core 5, but we found some scuffed ass videos, as I knew was gonna happen. We found some very scuffed videos. The video we're gonna watch is still kind of scuffed, but the ones I was trying to watch and record for this before, I just spent 30 minutes trying to start this game, trying to start a good watch through of this game basically, and I couldn't find any decent footage, honestly. One I found that seemed promising had no proper audio in the game, just the voices for some reason. Other videos slash playlists had a bunch of optional missions without the full story missions. For some reason they didn't include all the story missions, which apparently there's only 9. So the only promising video I found is this one from 6 months ago called Armored Core 5 HD Long Play, No Commentary, PS3. Armored Core 5 All Missions. So this includes all the story missions with all the optional missions in between, but I'm only interested in the main story missions. So, because the other ones that separated the side missions from the main story missions were incomplete, we have no choice but to use this video. So what I'm going to do to compensate for that is just skip over. They're very clearly labeled which missions are story missions and which ones aren't in the game. It's very clearly labeled, so I'll just skip over the missions that aren't that are not main story based missions basically. So yeah, this is Armored Core 5, and I'm gonna audio boost it, headphone warning, but it's because it's a quiet video, and I have a noise limiter on just like before, so that should also keep it from blowing out anyone's fucking headphones, eardrums, or speakers, including my own. Well, actually, no, the noise limiter only works for you guys, not for me, so I gotta be careful with my volume for my speakers. But like I said, it's quiet, so. Like, we're supposed to be... I saw a high-quality intro of this earlier. We're supposed to be able to hear something. It's not supposed to be this quiet right now. But, yeah, even with the audio boost, it's this quiet because these videos suck. But this is the only one that will have the full game. So, it is what it is. So apparently there's only 9 story missions, which means this will only be one part, essentially. This video is only going to be like an hour, I guess. Unless those story missions are hella long, but I doubt it. uh. I put a huge emphasis on tank leg ACs for this intro. Guess they wanted to try and convey, like... It feels like this... I said this during the failed recording earlier. It feels like this intro, It feels like the trailer for an Armored Core movie. Like a live action movie. Like they combined the CGI with... It was like a Transformers trailer, with what we just saw. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe they were going for. Like they were trying to keep it very realistic, I guess. Make it realistic. Damn, this is quiet. Well, I wanted to watch that other version instead, but it was incomplete. Such a shame. I'm not reading the tutorials.
System scan mode.
Time to raise it back up since it's so quiet.
Combat mode.
I'll try to limit my use of the soundboard just because, you know. I said this before during the failed recording. This looks like a fucking PSP game with the menus. This is late PS3 era. This is 2013. I don't know how I feel about this new user interface, honestly. Also, something else I said earlier in the failed recording of this was that I was already skeptical going into this just because of the fact that Bandai Namco's involved for this one. They're in charge of the Gundam games, and those games are primarily multiplayer versus games. So I don't expect a very strong emphasis on story, which we already saw from the Armored Core wiki and the Wikipedia in general that it doesn't. It's more focused on online multiplayer. But even so, this game has a very arcadey feel to it. And Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer also did, but this one feels more so.
Scan mode.
Also, I gotta remember, I gotta talk a little quieter because even with the audio boost, this shit is quiet as hell. It gets way too quiet.
30% energy depleted.
Alright, I'm just not gonna...
There's no point in staying back here. Let's go.
Here, just to make it a better video for you guys, I'm gonna raise my speakers, as in the audio levels you guys hear on Streamlabs OBS. It's at 80%, but with the YouTube video audio boosted, but I see that it's still hella quiet. So what I'm gonna do is raise it up to 100. Just so that it could reach the yellow where it should be. So that my voice isn't super fucking loud compared to what you guys are hearing. But it means I will not use my soundboard. In case I fuck up, I have a noise limiter active. That's still been active since however many Armored Core games ago I turned it on. So even if I do like hit something on my soundboard or something, the video spikes or something, it should still sound, it won't go past a certain threshold, so it won't blow out your goddamn eardrums and all that. But yeah, this video is way too quiet. It's like not even getting into the yellow on the little audio monitor, so here goes. I'm cranking it up. I'm gonna rewind a bit just to test it.
System scan mode.
Much better. There, now my voice won't be like super overpowering the fuck out of it.
Energy at 30% energy depleted. There's no point in staying back here. Let's go. I'll attach my chopper to the AC. You go on ahead. I'm coming with you. We're running out of time. Come on. It's okay. We'll meet up later. Are you okay, Rosary? We'll be leaving the residential sector soon. No problems yet. But it's only gonna get harder from here on out. Life on the outside can be pretty brutal. But you're coming with us, right? The old me would have laughed at the idea, but I guess I've changed. Maybe money isn't everything. Besides, it'd be more fun to tag along with you guys.
And at this point, I said in the last playthrough, I was like, I'm already attached to the characters, and we just started. Because...
Oh well, I was ready for a change anyway.
Because the dialogue set that up so easily. That was very predictable. I was like, okay, they're trying to make us feel like, oh, these two are you know, close to each other. They're like good friends, which means something bad's literally about to happen, and then there it is.
Why did you miss? I believe I ordered you to take out the AC.
Sounds like the same voice actress.
They dodged. I guess Rosie still has a few tricks up her sleeve. But that won't save you in the end.
I'm so tempted to use my soundboard, but I know I can't because it's gonna be way too loud now.
Do as you please then. Just get that AC.
Don't you realize you can't run from me? This time, you die.
That's not gonna happen. You will never defeat that AC. And you're the one that's gonna die.
Oh? Just try it then.
System scan mode.
Yeah, that's supposed to happen. Yeah, I'll lower it a little because that almost went into the red.
Can you hear that?
But most of the game is so
Look over
fucking
there.
quiet. And yeah, you're supposed to lose there like that. You just break down and then this happens. Like, don't worry, this is not like a rough edit. This is literally what the story does. But yeah.
They're back. Yes, it's been a long time. Let's get this fight started.
Hopefully that's the loudest part of the video. That Okay, so here he's just gonna go straight into fucking order missions. Which, like I said, we're skipping that shit. So, put it in fast forward for now. And then I'm gonna basically do this. Just till we get to the next. Unless, hold on, maybe this guy... Order mission 2. Maybe he has, No. I was hoping for some, yeah. No. I was like, maybe he has a little timeline. Nah, I was hoping for too much. Okay, I'll just keep skipping until we get to a story mission, so... This video is gonna be me doing this a lot. What's this? Order mission 3. Okay, if I'm just gonna skip, I'm just gonna leave it on normal speed, or else I'm gonna...
Main system. I'm sure
I'll miss it. I'll miss whenever we actually get to a story mission. I won't know.
it was.
His account is called Long Plays. I like that. What's this? Order mission 4. Shit. Okay.
Main system.
This is gonna be hella scuffed. Like the order missions apparently add some backstory, but they're also like, from what I read, they're very disconnected. They're just random battles that don't Oh, here we go. This is I just figured it out. When it gives you an area, it tells you if there's a story mission and or order missions left to do. Yeah, it says story order right there. Okay, so I can skip all this shit while he's in this area because there's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing here that's, The basic controls, that's a tutorial. So these are all order missions. And that one right there, it's labeled story, as this is order. Okay. Alright, I'll use that as a visual guide. Cool. So skip this, fuck this. Story mission 00. This is where we were before I realized the video we were watching was it was good quality, but it was incomplete. The guy only had three out of 9 story missions, and then the rest were order missions on his playlist, and that was it. It was incomplete. So we had to switch to this scuffed ass video. Okay, here we go. Story mission 00. This is the first story mission after the prologue we just saw. What's it say? The resistance... Oh, hold on. I forgot to mention this too. Right here. It says max sortie members 2. So even the story, I think, had a team-based gameplay a little bit, because the online focuses on that a lot, building a team or something. Enemy resistance unit, main enemy force, tanks, aerial weapons, and more. Once mission commences, orders will be issued as necessary. The mission is pursue resistance unit. The Resistance's uprising failed, resulting in the destruction of half its forces. The remaining forces are attempting to escape and gather in the west. Your mission is to pursue and destroy them. Mission objective, destroy fleeing resistance units. Okay. But yeah, so like the order missions, none of the dialogue or anything that happens in them is carried into the story missions. They just pretend like they didn't even happen. But they will give you extra lore as to what's happening.
Calling all units. The Resistance's main force is falling back west.
But I'm just interested in the main plot.
Your mission is to pursue and destroy them.
Especially watching a low quality video like this.
The corporation now.
I can't be bothered to watch all the side content.
We expect you to earn your pay. In short, we want results. I suggest you keep that in mind.
Again, the map layout and the way you choose your missions, the whole thing looks like you're...
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Carol Dory. I'll be your strategic aid for this mission. The battlefield awaits. We expect great things from you.
The whole thing feels like you're playing a PSP game. Honestly, though.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Combat mode.
I'm transmitting your route data. Follow the designated route to pursue and destroy the enemy. System. Scan mode. System. Scan mode.
Dory, come in. Where is the chief? I thought he was supposed to be leading the support units.
Sorry, Captain. He can be a little absent-minded. He's the best, but a handful.
Father hates to be disappointed, Dory. We must not betray his expectations.
We are the corporation. We get the job done. You don't have anything to worry about, sir.
See that I don't.
Yes, sir. Energy at 30%. Trying to escape. I've updated your route. There's a large helicopter on the ground ahead. Destroy it. Energy at 30%.
Okay, so far it looks like they've toned down the mobility from Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer. It's a little bit slower and like the older games, but not to the extreme where it's like super clunky.
Target destroyed. I'll send the route to your next target.
It kind of looks janky and clunky, but not as bad as the older games. But it seems like they did tone down the high speed, like the super high speed action from the previous games. Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer.
Transmitting next route.
And I think that's mostly because look at the environments. If you noticed, Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer was nothing but big open space. It felt like that was something I forgot to say at the end of Armored Core 4 Answer, because I was mostly reviewing the story of the two games. But something I forgot to say gameplay wise, or just like regarding the environments and everything else. They just made massive empty spaces in those games. And here we have a richly detailed city. It's like this city has more details and everything than the entirety of the last two games. But the sacrifice is that less mobility again. You don't move as far and fast anymore. You're not like zooming, 10 miles per minute anymore.
I'm the one you're facing, rookie.
So clearly the prologue is after this. It's some kind of, it's like sometime later after this shit, you know? And so then this is like flashing back to how it all started. I can already tell that's where this is going.
They still intend to resist. The outcome of this battle is all but certain. Mission objective changed. Destroy the enemy AC.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, these graphics, they remind me of a PSP game for some reason. Like the environments and everything. I think it's just because of this filter we have because of the user interface. Like between the scan mode and this fucking thing, like that's what makes it look like that. You don't actually get to see without a filter. It's like Resident Evil 5 all over again. I don't know.
He's tough. If we had someone like that, we could... I guess this is fate.
He's running away.
AC has withdrawn. He got away? Oh well. Continue with the mission. Locate the helicopter and destroy it.
This is such a different vibe from Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer. Like, dude, look at how fuzzy everything gets when you see explosions and stuff happening. Like, it could be the video quality. Let me not be, yeah, the video quality I think was a little bit better on the other one we were watching that didn't have the audio for anything except the voices. But, I mean, look how crisp the menus look there. It's not really the video quality.
Scan mode. System combat mode.
It's more like they wanted to make you feel like you were inside the cockpit looking through a screen for the whole thing. It's a very strange vibe. I don't know. Assembly complete, resuming combat. Oh yeah, you could...
Main system.
I saw something like that. You could call in like a helicopter to bring you parts and ammo and then restructure your AC partially before continuing the same mission. I forgot. I did read something like that. It was in the description of one of the videos I looked at when I was trying to find a good playthrough of this earlier.
System scan mode. Energy at 30 energy depleted.
Yeah, see how we don't dash like in Armored Core 4, that little dash would have taken them across the fucking city, and now it's like, it's a lot less. This is definitely smaller scale combat.
Energy depleted.
And maybe because the cities are more detailed, the environments are more detailed because it's all smaller scale now and you're not zooming around like this big open area. Maybe that's why I can see the graphics for what they really are. And in Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, it wasn't noticeable how scuffed the graphics are by today's standards, okay? Because there wasn't a lot to look at. It was just these big empty open spaces.
Mission complete. Well done.
Carol, you there, doll?
Chief, where are you?
An enemy AC escaped underground eastbound. He's the leader of all those resistance rats. Get that rookie on his ass immediately.
Sir, with the damage he sustained, that might be dangerous.
Indeed it might. And that's a problem. Why?
Understood, sir. You heard the chief. Proceed with the mission. I'm sending you a route that will take you underground. Seek and destroy the enemy leader.
He's like, why is that a problem? They're sacrificial lambs.
System
Boots on the ground. They're not people. They're soldiers. They're meant to be cannon fodder. Send them after the guy. I don't care how dangerous it is, you know? Anyway, I was gonna say, because of, like, I can tell the graphics are better than Armored Core 4. Like, I can see much more detail on the AC.
system.
But the fact that you have to see it all through this fucking computer screen filter, essentially, it's like I said, this whole, the color filter and the user interface with this ring in the middle all the time, it's meant to make you feel like you're in the cockpit, even though it's in third person and your AC is right there. But so everything's just like fuzzy and fucked. It's not the best viewing experience. And so that's what makes it look like the graphics are somehow shittier than Armored Core 4, but really it's just the presentation. The graphics haven't changed much, it's the same console. still PS3.
He's trying to block the entrance. It might be smarter to plow straight through, but at that low of an altitude, this is the perfect chance. Let's finish it.
Kill him. Holy shit. Nice dodges.
System, scan mode. System, combat mode. System, scan mode. Energy at 30%.
Dude, having to switch between combat and scan mode just to see where you gotta go.
Energy at 30 energy.
Unnecessarily complicating the gameplay, honestly. That giant ring in the middle is still there. Like, why not just...
System, scan mode. Energy
Oy.
at 30%.
I'm already starting to see why people didn't exactly talk highly of this game. This is already starting to feel like a step back from Armored Core 4.
System, scan mode.
My god, we're gonna hear that a lot, aren't we? The route is showing you where to go. I wonder why he keeps looking around. Okay. Now, during downtime like this, story mission or not, I'm definitely fast-forwarding a little bit until something happens.
Scan mode.
Like I used to. Oh, we got something. What's up?
You did a good job following me. Please accept my thanks.
Are you watching, Father? This is just what you wanted.
This time, however, victory is ours.
I'm so tempted to use my soundboard, but too loud. Get fucking wrecked.
I was watching you, rookie. Not half bad. Even if you did take your sweet time.
Wait, is that how they switch weapons? They hold them on their shoulder?
I was watching you,
Oh,
rookie.
yeah.
Not
Yo, that
half
was freaking
bad.
cool.
Even if you did take your sweet time. I'd say you were perfectly suited to the job. The job of exterminating rats, that is.
What happened? Run into trouble, Chief?
Just a little delay. Rookie here wanted to enjoy the scenery. Nothing to worry about, sir.
Wow, what a prick.
All right, then. Pull out. I'll read your report later.
Yes, sir. Leader, come in. Heading for rendezvous. Escape separately, as instructed. Come in. Dad. I'll be waiting.
He's dead.
The war with Father, the despotic ruler of the city, had drawn to a tragic close with the Resistance's defeat. Spirits broken, the vanquished fighters of the Resistance had little choice but to return from whence they came, deep under the surface of the earth. Pollution had ravaged the land as far as the eye could see. People were forced to cluster in the few habitable areas that remained. And still, war raged on.
This is an indirect sequel to Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, so it's implied that the pollution on the surface is the same as, you know, that storyline. It's the Kojima or whatever. So it's probably just like, kind of like some of the previous Armored Core games. This takes place in a far-flung future, but in the same universe, you know? Just a distant time period, I guess. Maybe even not too distant, but still. Distant enough. Story 00, yeah. Alright, now it's time to skip ahead to the next story mission because he's gonna do a bunch of side content. Let's see if I can... So that one. The next story mission is right there. Are you gonna go straight to it for now, or... Nope. Wait. No, he's not. We're gonna go do other shit. That story mission was longer than I thought. So I can see why that other video we were gonna watch with the bad audio was 2.5 hours long when it's nothing but story missions. Oh, here we go. Side content. Yeah, fuck this. Like I said, there is dialogue. It does tie into the story, but it's mostly to give backstory. None of the events in the actual story reference anything in the order missions. Like, we're not missing plot points by not looking at the side content. They're not gonna be like, hey, you remember that one time when you did that thing? You know, they pretend like this didn't even happen. So there's no point watching it. That's why I'm sticking to just the story missions, because they don't even... Doing the side content doesn't even add to the story in a direct way. It's just meant to give you more lore. You as the player more lore onto what's happening around the world. And that's it. Wait, what is this one? Order. No. Skip. Man, my finger's probably gonna get tired, but... Where's he going? Oh god, this is the audio desync they talked about. I think I'm hearing it. Yeah, they said it happens at around the 40-minute mark. Even this video is gonna be scuffed. Because the audio desynchronizes for some reason. See? That's pretty bad. Whatever, at this point I just wanna get through this. It seems impossible to find a good quality video of Armored Core 5. I guess no one actually gave a shit. Nobody actually gave a shit about this game. The only people who didn't know how to record a video in good quality, which I don't blame them. Not as easy as it looks. Order mission. Okay. You need a good capture card. This is a PS3 game, so getting a capture card to work is also a hassle sometimes if you don't have like a bypass for the stupid HTTP thing. Ay, ay, ay. Dude, are most of the order missions literally just the one-on-one AC battles against other... Seeming like that's what it is. Glad we're skipping them. Order mission. I don't expect the next story mission anytime soon. My finger is gonna get tired, but whatever. Nope. The guy didn't even make a timeline video or a timeline on the description to show where the story missions are, so I have to do this until we find it. What's next? Oh! Hey! Chapter 1 of the story. Okay. We made it. Story mission 00, now we're on story mission 01. Eliminate city police in residential sector. Enemy city police. Main enemy force, multiple residential sector units, max sortie members 2. Once the mission commences, yeah, orders will be issued. Yeah. An engineering team has been sent for, and now he skips this shit. Wow. Goes to the order missions, takes his time, but then skips through the actual like meat and potatoes. An engineering team has been sent to the executive sector to destroy the security system that is being deployed throughout the city. Okay. Diversion will be launched to support the team's actions. Sortie it to the residential sector and destroy the city police deployed there. Okay. See how
Coming back from
the dialogue is literally just picking up from what we just saw in Mission Zero, how it ended. It's like it's almost like they just cut the story and then recontinue it in the next mission, but like with no like. It's almost like this is still meant to be continuing like the same fucking video that we were like this was supposed to be part of the last one, but they cut it abruptly and then they're like, okay, just put this chunk at the start of the next mission, because it's like he's still talking. It's like we just came back to the guy still talking about what happened at the end of the last mission, dude. Like there's no it's like, what if you do a bunch of order missions, which he did, and then you come back to this and you're like, 1 year later after what? You already forgot what the hell he said at the end of the last story mission because you did a bunch of side content. So you come back and him just saying 1 year later is a little jarring. It's kind of like 1 year later after what? You don't get a proper recap.
Coming back from the brink of
Which means it is better to just play all the story missions first. But then your AC won't be... Yeah, you could probably run into problems.
A year later.
Whatever.
Coming
This game is
back from
scuffed.
the brink of destruction, the Resistance had rallied yet again to face Father, under a new leader.
Father?
But the past year ascended the enemy's strength to yet greater heights, while the Resistance was smaller than ever.
Whew.
Their final battle seemed doomed from the start.
It's hard to describe, but yeah, it just feels like he's continuing on, like he's continuing his sentence from last time, or like he's continuing the same paragraph he was reading out in the last video.
Leon, do you read me?
Leon, it's me.
Almost time. Let's go over the mission details. Our engineering team is inbound for the Executive Sector Surveillance Control Center. You're gonna be raising hell on this end, just like we discussed.
I was about to hit a soundboard button and I realized how loud it is right now, so I held back.
Father plans to deploy surveillance units in every part of the city. If they see anything suspicious, they'll start a ruckus that'll bring their friends running. Our final battle draws close. We need this mission to succeed and kill these weeds at their roots. Something wrong, Fran?
This is just a preliminary operation. We can't do without you, especially now.
So when did your character switch sides? They don't
So try
even...
not to get yourself killed.
We were working for the corporation before, now we're with the Resistance all of a
It's
sudden?
time. Let's get started.
Why and how did our characters switch sides? Between Story Mission 0 and this one,
Main
what the fuck?
system activating combat mode.
This is some scuffed ass shit.
System scan mode. What am I doing again? I'm not picky, as long as the pay's good.
Rosary, you'll be in charge of AC support. Keep our boys stocked and well equipped. Just stand by up top. You'll get a call when the time comes.
Roger that. Give me a ring and I'll come flying. You know my number.
I keep doing this for free, Rosie.
RD, is that a misguided attempt at humor? I couldn't work for free if my life depended on it. I don't go anywhere without getting paid.
Even during missions, because they are lengthy, I probably will speed it up a little.
Scan mode.
Like I did for Armored Core 4 and for Answer.
System scan mode. System scan mode. System scan mode.
We're gonna hear that so much.
System scan mode.
Jesus.
System combat mode.
I'm guessing this is where you can call for a chopper to bring you parts and stuff, right? He's having trouble. Players having trouble getting it done though. Maybe that's why there's too many enemies nearby. And this game is not that pleasant to watch. Again, because of the screen effects that they got going on, it's so weird. See the switching between scan mode and combat mode, it's just... This giant ring on the center of your screen that never just goes away.
System, scan mode.
Like I said, this is definitely a step back from Armored Core 4.
Come on, Leon. Why don't you tell him?
Oh.
Better watch out. Enemy reinforcements are on their way. I don't know how. That assistant of Rosary's.
Oh, I missed part of what she said.
System, scan mode.
Rosie, I'm getting that bad feeling again.
Come on, Leon. Why don't you tell him?
Better watch out. Enemy reinforcements are on their way. I don't know how. That assistant of Rosary's always seems to know what's up.
Looks like it's showtime.
This won't end well, Rosie. We should get out of here.
Look, Artie, you're a good guy, and you do pull your weight from time to time. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to grow a pair. Seriously.
Rosary,
Toxic.
give me a readout on the enemy.
City police, support class. Not the fastest, but they make up for it in range. Your best bet is to close in and take them out as soon as possible.
You heard the lady. Scrap the enemy reinforcements and stay out of their line of fire.
System, scan mode.
Yeah, see, you can't just... Unlike Armored Core 4, you can't just fly around everywhere. Like, you can't just infinitely fly upwards and then, you know, literally fly circles around everything.
Scan mode.
So it does seem like they did kind of return to the old Armored Core format a little bit. The way it used to be, the PS2 era, the PS1 era, you know? It's not super hyper mobile anymore. Like really fast-paced, high-speed action, big open areas like Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, but I'm not sure if that's a good thing, honestly. Maybe
Scan mode.
like they were trying to find a better balance between the two, but I think they went too far back in the other direction. Like, I think Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer were a little bit more... They looked a little bit more fun. They were a little bit more pleasant to watch than this. And by extension, they looked a little bit more fun to play. This guy about to die. A UFO? Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what that sound was.
Scan mode.
The UFO thingies that are the security surveillance things. For Big Brother. Or as it's known here as Father. I'll probably read the plot summary when this is over if we don't get the full plot from the cutscenes, but...
System, scan mode.
I think I'm gonna speed it up again. Oh,
That could be what's calling any minute now. Let's move to phase 2.
never mind.
Roger that.
Alright, what's gonna happen?
Our friends need support to safely pull out. Head for the executive sector.
Hey, there's more of them. You guys sure are the life of the party.
No time to waste. Break through.
You know, that guy in the comments made it seem like the audio desync was permanent, but it seems fine now.
You sure that's a good idea? We're stretched thin as it is.
We'll have to do our best. That's all we can do.
Understood.
Like, it was just a temporary
Mode.
audio desync, and he acts like it's the whole video. Like, it's totally fine.
System, scan mode.
I'm talking about the guy in the comments for this video that we're watching.
Damage
The game's like, get good at dodging, dude, or you're gonna fucking die. Okay, he's at like half health or less, assuming the bottom left one is his health. This one. You're doing so good. I don't know why they thought this ring was a good idea. It was better when the user interface was more spread out across the screen, man. Again, I'm starting to see the cracks. Like, I'm starting to see why people didn't speak highly of this game. It just seems so scuffed and low quality compared to the previous games. So far.
System scan mode.
It just feels scuffed. Generic, I guess, is another way of putting it.
System scan mode.
Yeah, this just feels more generic.
Energy at 30%. Energy depleted. System scan mode.
Like, it lacks substance. That it? Oh, right, that he was just calling this for repairs and ammo. I forgot you can do that mid-mission because they're kind of long. Right. Fuck this. Resuming combat.
Main system activating combat mode. System scan mode.
Why is he wasting ammo? The fuck?
System scan mode. System scan mode. System scan mode. Energy at 30%. Energy depleted. Energy at 30%. System scan mode. System scan mode.
There, the tunnel. Used to head underground. An enemy came out. There must be a breach in the wall somewhere. Head for the executive sector as quickly as possible.
What are there subtitles that linger?
What's her deal? I thought she was supposed to be our fearless leader.
Keep the chatter to a minimum, Rosary.
System scan mode.
Because that way, if I don't slow the video down in time,
Energy.
you can still catch what they said.
Armor trained that. You don't see one of those every day.
Our primary objective is making it to the executive sector, but it doesn't seem to have much in the way of weaponry. Destroy it if you can.
Wait, if you can. Sell that thing for a fortune and scrap. Hurry up and waste it.
Is money all you ever think about?
Is money all you ever think about? Yes, apparently. I can see why she said if this was the old me, I would have laughed at the idea, but now I want to tag along with you guys or something. Like, clearly the prologue takes place sometime in the future from
Detected
here.
unidentified ACs in the tunnel.
The terrorists, I presume. Eliminate all obstructions to law and order. This is the mission of the city police.
Yes, sir. They'll be taken care of. AC inbound, city police. Here it comes. Intercept it.
So what I was saying earlier, like, yeah, you could kind of argue Armored Core 4 and Core Answer also kind of seemed a little generic with the repetitive flying around these big-ass open environments kind of thing, and combat really wasn't that much more substantial than what we're seeing now, right? Like, I think that's a fair criticism as well. But there's something about this game in particular that feels even less, like, it feels even more generic. It feels even more soulless than Armored Core 4 already kind of started to feel. Like, it just feels like Armored Core 4 was heading in that direction a little bit. But I think overall it was still an improvement to how slow and clunky the series was before Armored Core 4. And the music was still good for that one. But I mean, For Answer. And For Answer, which we just saw, that one is where it started to feel like it was starting to head into this direction, where it just kind of started to feel... I mean, the story was scuffed as hell, which I talked about at the end of that video. And yeah, I mean, the gameplay reflected that as well.
Continue pursuit of the armor trade.
System scan mode.
And this is where they just went full on, just kind of
Energy at 30.
uninspired,
Got
kind of.
away. What a waste. You're safe. That's what's important.
Keep heading toward the executive sector. The engineering team needs our support.
Maybe it's too early to judge, but yeah, it just... This whole game just gives off a vibe of just being a little... boring. Compared to the last two, anyway. So, I guess here's the way my brain's looking at it. We're 2 story missions in out of only 9. There's only 9. You expect the story to move pretty fast during the main story missions if there's so few of them, and yet nothing's really fucking happening. Like, we just had from the prologue, we flashed back to... The prologue clearly takes place somewhere later. We flashed back for story mission 0 and 1, which are both a year apart. They don't say anything about how why your character switched sides, why you're like from mission 0 to mission 1, the story missions. You've clearly gone from working for the police or the corporations to being in the resistance, but they don't say anything about why. And then that whole mission just now felt like just what I would imagine any of the order missions. It's just kill a bunch of targets and then that's it. Nothing really happened. Like, you'd expect the story to move a little bit faster if it's going to be that short, if it's only 9 missions, but I guess not. Either way, my biggest gripe is the presentation.
So he's the one who got
So
my
far.
little bro. I'll show him who's the tougher of the two.
And it seems like the order missions are literally just arena battles, glorified arena battles, like one-on-ones against ACs. Yeah, the presentation, this shit, like the way the screen looks, especially when it switches colors for like scanning mode and combat mode, it ruins the fucking game, honestly. Like, it just looks so bad. This looks so low quality compared to Armored Core 4's more spread out. Even if it was a simplified user interface, that maybe that wasn't such a bad thing, you know? This is still simple, but it's just constantly in the center of your fucking screen. And the rest of the screen has this filter on because it's made to look like you're looking through the monitor inside your cockpit, essentially. And it's not good. Like, look how blurry and wavy everything gets. And you can tell that's the intention. That's the design intention, is to look all blurry like that. Like this, see? And Armored Core 4 didn't look like that. So even if this game has slightly better graphics, the fact that they added this weird screen effect just ruins the whole thing, man. Just makes it look like shit.
Mission objective complete. System return to normal mode.
And you can tell it's not the YouTube video because look how crisp and clean this looks. Mission complete. Like, clearly this is meant to look good, and they intentionally made the actual game, the armored cores and the environments look like shit because of this filter. Why did they do that? So weird.
Combat mode.
Okay, so this is an order mission, who cares? What's next? Gonna replay order mission 18? Order mission 17? What did that say down there? The more you use workshop sites on story missions, the more what? You must pay. Oh, okay. I guess the story missions are the longer ones, so that's why they give you that option to get, like, halfway through the mission you can have a helicopter flying to bring you ammunition and repairs. Order mission. Next story mission? Story mission 2? Finally. Alright. Let me read the little... this first. City police is the enemy again. Multiple executive sector units. Okay. The engineering team that infiltrated the executive sector is about to pull out. Provide support by invading the executive sector and destroying the city police. Okay. Cool. The fuck is this? Made multiple ACs or something? I guess.
A year elapsed as the Resistance lay poised.
Okay, I was just trying to get to the good part here.
A year elapsed as the Resistance lay poised in silence. Now marked the long-awaited rise to action. An engineering team was sent into the city to sabotage Father's surveillance system. The
Recapping.
universal
Okay.
symbol of his power.
Sounds like Big Brother from
Tensions and stakes
1984.
were high. The future of the Resistance hinged entirely on the success of this operation. The engineering team, having accomplished their objective, started to make their escape. The city had undergone a complete transformation over the past year. Now, it existed only to serve Father.
See, this they actually did a good recap this time. Unlike last time where it just seemed like he was continuing where he left off. Like he was halfway through reading a chapter in a book and he just stopped until you go to the next story mission, then he just continues. This one actually kind of gave a more proper recap and introduction to what happened in the previous story mission. Keeping in mind that you probably went off to do side content, order missions basically. This one did a better job than the last mission at doing that.
The city had undergone a complete
Okay, I didn't miss anything
transformation
important. We're good.
The final battle was close at hand.
We just heard from the engineering team. The executive sector is inundated with city police.
Police.
Leon, how long do you plan to keep covering for that kid?
We're not paying you for advice, Rosary. You'll do well to keep quiet.
All right. It's just getting on my nerves, that's all. Anybody can tell she's not leader material.
Fran?
That's enough.
Damn.
Get in there and wipe out all hostiles.
Don't
Fucking
get your
shots
panties in a
fired.
tangle. Jeez.
She's so laid back.
What are we seeing out there, Rosary?
Lots. Some snipers. And some fast-moving recon types, too. Better take off the kitty gloves if you want to engage them. These guys are bad news.
Not as bad as your attitude. Okay, rookie, you heard her. Time to show your stuff. Neutralize all enemies, but watch yourself.
Rosie, you okay with him talking to you like that?
Nah, I don't care. He's always been like that. System. Scan mode.
I'm gonna speed it up again already.
Scan mode. System. Combat mode.
Fuck it. I'll just slow it down and rewind when there's dialogue. This is just gonna be more of the same, I can already tell, for now.
System. Scan mode.
Just blowing shit up. And that might seem weird to say, because like, well, that's what most Armored Core games boil down to. And yeah, that's true. But what I'm getting at here is there's only 9 story missions, and the rest of the game is order missions. You would think the story missions would have some effort put into them to make them feel unique and give you some interesting objectives rather than just do the same shit as the order missions where it's just kill everything. Like, this is a third of the way into the game if you're just doing the story missions. This is story mission 3. You'd think we'd have a more interesting objective than just destroy everything like you've been doing in all the side content missions as well, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying this is kind of, I'm fast forwarding through this because this is already looking like, you know, same shit, different day. Because I expected more from the story missions if the order missions were going to be the generic, but it's just more of the same. It's just like the order missions. There's no difference except for the plot moving forward.
System scan mode.
Okay, Rosie, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we still are, D. You're sitting right next to me, for God's sake. Rarely ever seen you this uppity. Which means we're about to hit the jackpot.
How can you smile at a time like this?
She's fucking nuts.
Complete. We'll be able to commence our attack soon. Don't get too comfortable, you terrorist bastards. Those ACs of yours are about to get blown to smithereens.
You terrorist bastards.
Hey now, what the heck? I don't like the look of that.
Give us some data on the enemy, Rotary.
Data, right. The basic chassis seems to be the same as the one we saw before. But this one's got about 10 cars. Its main weapon appears to be a long-range mortar. Keep an eye out for missiles and mid-range cannon fire too. Read you loud and clear.
That was quick. Just a quick repair, I guess,
Main
and
system
reload.
Activating combat mode. System scan
Yeah.
mode.
They needed it. They were like at half health or below, so.
System scan mode.
God, that is annoying.
Scan mode.
Every time you have to constantly switch to scan mode, and there's no way to not hear the computer saying that over and over.
Energy at 30%.
Like, even if the user interface is bad, if they didn't constantly require you to have to switch between scan and combat mode, it would at least be somewhat redeeming. Jesus! I want to hit my soundboard button so hard, so bad right now, and I just can't. Hey, this works. The strats. I like it. He's literally just floating and letting himself be pushed by the train so he can keep up with it.
Not bad. Looks like an action something.
Don't get cocky. Taking even a few deaths to down a behemoth like that.
You might actually have a chance. You made it this far. Show what you can do.
Overboost.
Energy at 30%. Energy depleted.
Yeah, see how quickly you run out of energy now? I feel like, yeah, it is definitely a little less than Armored Core 4.
System scan mode. System scan mode. System take care of the enemy, and then we'll talk. Energy at 30%. Energy depleted. System scan mode. System scan mode.
mostly the same as Armored Core, like 4 and 4 Answer. Like the missions are highly repetitive.
Scan mode.
Like without too many like interesting objectives and all that.
Scan mode.
I think those games were more tolerable to watch because it was in shorter bite-sized chunks with the missions. And these ones, well, the order missions probably are the same way, but the story missions go on for so long that you just kind of start to zone out.
Scan mode.
Or at least I start to zone out a little bit. Because they decided to condense the entire story into nine long missions
Scan mode.
rather than just
Combat mode.
making more missions that are more story missions that are bite-sized and less generic side content order missions. And it does seem like doing the order missions between story missions breaks the pacing too, because this literally picks up right where the last story mission left off. So if you go off to do other order missions like this guy did do, it's just kind of like, and then come back here, it's like the story is clearly meant to flow from one story mission to the next.
Scan mode.
This is literally picking up right where the last one ended. Like you guys were still in the city and now you're trying to escape the city. So how would it make any sense for you to go off and do a bunch of side content like that when you're still like halfway through what you guys came here to do? Like you and the rest of the cast?
Scan mode.
So I think I made the right choice by choosing to just not watch any of the order missions between the story missions. Because I think it does ruin the pacing from... It seems like it would ruin the pacing, honestly. Is he just having to sit here and camp until the train comes back around? Is that why he's not really... He's just kind of flying around this area and just waiting?
Energy at 30% energy depleted.
This game just keeps getting rougher, dude.
Scan mode.
Yeah, he's going backwards from where the train was going because it obviously goes in a loop around the city and he's trying to like intercept it to hit it again.
Scan mode.
And I'm gonna be dreaming about the word system scan mode. Jesus. I'm gonna be echoing in my dreams like system scan mode, system scan mode.
You're really going to win.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, I'm still here.
System scan mode.
My god, dude. It's just... It's so fucking tanky. Oh my god, he just slaying into it in the same spot and it won't die. Woo.
Right arm, ammo at 30%.
Oh no. Catch up to it. No.
System scan mode.
Oh hell. Here we go again. Now we gotta wait for it to come back around again, don't we? Fuck this. Where's he gonna go intercept it? No, he's going for repairs. Because he almost died.
Main system activating combat mode.
That's fair. Is that the... Did he just pass by? What a shit boss fight design. You have to chase around this train that's got enough firepower to melt you into pieces within seconds. And if it gets away from you, you have to wait forever for it to loop back around. Why does the train look like it recovered all the damage you did to it or something? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like I said before, this game is shit. Like, the last two games seemed kind of generic and scuffed in their own way, but this takes the cake. This takes it to a whole new level, man. Look at this. Riveting. Riveting gameplay. Standing there. You gotta be shitting me.
Right arm, ammo, 30%.
The thing is in shambles. Why does this not count like we won already? We have to sit here and destroy the rest of these defenseless train cars like this?
Left arm, ammo at 30%.
I slowed it down because I thought that was it. Oh, there we go.
Catastrophic. We can't take much more of this, Captain. Okay. Those terrorist bastards. We don't have a choice. Evacuate all crew at once. Yes, sir. We won't fail you again. Incompetent fools. You think there'll be a next time for brainless idiots like you? I presume you took care of that matter we discussed, Carol, my sweet?
Yes, sir. I have it loaded onto a freight car. It shouldn't be long now.
Oh, I can hardly wait. You think that AC will survive till then?
Judging by its performance thus far, I'd say there's a very good chance.
It's unusual for you to pay someone a compliment, Carol.
I was gonna say, you're praising the
I'm
enemy,
just
but
telling
okay.
the truth, sir.
Indeed.
I like that.
He's an interesting one, to be sure.
He's honest.
Even if he may end up dying today.
It's me. Glad you're safe.
The laugh just got cut
We'll
off?
be done once the engineering team pulls out. I don't know how that guy keeps managing to survive, much less win.
Damn.
Thanks to you, Rosary, we managed to avoid losing our star pilot. I'm grateful.
He has like
Just
no
doing my
faith in
job.
us.
Speaking of doing one's job,
Rosary, I believe I told you to keep your mouth in check. This mission isn't over yet.
fine, as you wish, Your Majesty.
Here's your next objective. You're to follow the tracks and evacuate via the bridge. The engineering team will take a different route. We need to attract the enemy's attention, so no deviating from the course.
My extraction point. Oh good, it saves. You get checkpoints. The data saved. Okay.
Don't stray from the route. Avoid doing anything that might endanger the engineering team.
Energy at 30%. System, scan mode. System, scan mode.
Testing, testing. Can anyone hear me? Viva la resistance!
Who the hell is this? How did you get on this channel?
Oh, good. You can hear me. I just wanted to
Surprise,
say hi.
motherfucker.
Answer my question. Who are you?
Forgive me. I don't have much time, so I'll skip the niceties. I've got a little present for that AC of yours.
What are you talking about?
Carol, is it time?
Yes, sir. I just picked up the activation signal.
Good luck, then. I hope you like your present.
Goodbye. What on earth is that? AC at 12 o'clock.
Run! Get out of there! We don't have time to deal with it. Just run!
Energy depleted.
The hell is going on?
Is that...
The corporation. This has their name written all over it. They even managed to tap into our communications. Do you understand what that means? They could have stopped us in our tracks at any time.
No.
They were toying with you.
Return to base. We'll have to rethink our strategy.
Oh, okay then. That was a surprise? Was just that huge salvo of missiles? Okay. Thought something a little bit more interesting was gonna happen there. Oof, story missions are long. That's a problem. Because it's hard for me to manage. Like, it's been over an hour, so I wanted to go on break. But it's close enough to my bedtime that I feel like if I do another segment, if I take a break and then do another segment, it's going to be hella short. Because I might have to, like, I don't know how long the next story mission is going to be. And if I don't want to stop the video halfway. So I think I'll just make this segment, instead of taking a break, I'll make this segment a little longer. And just do, like, another 1 or 2 story missions before, calling it. That one went on for literally half an hour. We fast forwarded and got it done a little bit faster, but it went on for half an hour because that train battle took way too fucking long. That thing was way too goddamn tanky, dude. It got so repetitive fighting that thing. That was awful. Anyway, so I'm gonna put double speed. I think I'll know when we hit a story mission, and I'll just like rewind because it'll start with a cutscene, right? The guy recapping everything. So I can just do this fast forward, which skips ahead even faster. And then when I realize we're doing a story mission, I'll just rewind and put it back to lower speed.